is you need to go to aplusstudents.com to the website. You need to select math as your subject. This is a grade 8 maths lesson, and the topic for today is statistics. Okay, the chapter number is, I'll give you the chapter number and the lesson number. Just a moment, please. Okay, the chapter number is 25 and the lesson number is 3. Chapter number 25 and lesson number 3. We did the part of it in the last lesson. We will continue the same. We need to find the mean, median, mode, and the range. We would be discussing these 4 things: mean, median, mode, and range. But we will also look at find the missing number. Okay, so we will have a different perspective of how to solve this question. Okay, so let's go to the topic. Let's look at the first question. We go to grade 8. Okay, chapter 25, lesson number 3, and the question says, if Lexi has the following data for question number 1. Okay, if Lexi has this following data, we need to find what can be the value of k if this was the information she had. Okay, so when we look at, okay, let's do one thing. Before this, let's just recall. Okay, we know that mean also means the average. Let's suppose there are 3 numbers. So we add the 3 numbers. I'm just taking the variables a plus b plus c divided by 3. That would be the mean, right? We add all the numbers together and we count how many numbers are there and we divide it by 3. If there were 4 numbers, then we divide by 4. So in this question, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We would be dividing it by 5. Okay. Once we are done with the mean, let's look at the median. Median is the middle value. In order to find the median, what we do is we arrange in ascending order. We know that ascending order is always from the smaller to the large, and we cancel out and we find the middle value. Okay. Mode is the most repeated. Most repeated, or in other terms, we can also say there's another term that's used, that is having the highest frequency. Frequency is the term used for repetition. How many times one thing, any particular thing is being repeated. Okay. And the range, let's look at the range. The term range means the maximum value minus the minimum value. Okay, so we just recall the information that we did in the last class, and we know now that what is the mean, what is the median, mode, and range. Okay, so let's look at the first question. The first question says, if Lexi has the following data, okay, and they are saying that the mean is already given to us. If the mean is 11, which number could be k? We need to find the possible value of k. In order to find the mean, What we do is we add the numbers together, right? And how many numbers were there? There were 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There were 5 numbers, so we divided by 5. So let's add these numbers together. 12 plus 7 plus 7 plus 17, right, would be equals to 43. Can I write this as 43 plus k upon 5? The value for the mean was given over here. The mean was 11, right? So can we simplify the equation? How can we simplify? We multiply both the sides by a 5 because we need to remove this 5. This becomes 55 is equals to 43 plus k. We subtract 43 on either sides and we can say k comes out to be 12. Okay, 55 minus 43 would be 12. Agreed? So in the given question, some information was given to us and the mean was given to us. What we did was we added the numbers together and their mean should be 11 because it's given in the question. We simplify the equation and we find the possible value of k. Okay. They can extend this question further and they can ask you to find the mode, the range, and different values for this. Okay. Okay. We'll do that later, but let's see what else we can do over here. Okay. For the next question, it says, keeping what is mean, median, and mode in our mind, Erica has this data, these numbers. If the median is 8, okay, they have given us the median and they are asking us what is the possible value of j. So can we say that if the median is given as 8, that means the middle value should be 8. Agreed? But in order to solve the median, we have to do the ascending order. Ascending order. So we know the smallest number was 5. Then we have the 8. Then we have the 17. And then we have the 18. We do not know the position of the median, right? But since we can see that the median was 8, agreed? Which is very near to this value rather than being near to 17, right? If it would be 17, then it can come after 17, but it's nearer to 8 that is already given to us. So if we put the median value of 8 to be over here, so what we do in ascending order is we cancel out the numbers. So this was the possible value of j, right? Do we agree? If we put 8 anywhere else, let's see, if I put 5, 8, 17, j, and 18, right? If j was here, then the median was 17. That is not a requirement for our question. The median was 8. That means that this is the only possible position for j, and j comes out to be 8. Agreed? So we cancel out what is not possible. Okay, we would need to look at least two options because it is an open-ended question. Moving ahead. Zoe has the following data. Sorry, just a moment, please. If Zoe has this following data, we need to find the range with the information that she has. And Zoe has this information. Let me just realign this. Okay. This is our question number 3. So in question number 3, we are given certain numbers. We are given a 13, we are given a 9, 9, and we need to find the value of Q. But they are telling us that the range is given to us. The range is 4. We know that the range can only be 4 when, okay, the maximum minus minimum should be 4, right? So let's see. If I take Q as the number, we have two types of numbers over here, 13 and 9, right? Or if I take, let's suppose Q is greater than 13, right? Let's suppose we take it to be 20, right? So the range according to this would be, the range would be 20 minus the smallest number, that was 9. It is 11, which is not equal to 4 because they are saying the range is 4, right? So we cannot take Q to be 20, right? So we cannot just keep on assuming the numbers. What we can do is, we can see over here is 13 minus 9. 13 minus 9. Let's suppose the range is 13 minus 9, that is equals to 4, right? Agreed? So we know that the maximum number has to be 13 and the minimum number has to be 9, right? So we know that the number Q has to be, Q is less than 13, right? Or Q is greater than 9, or Q is equal to 9 as well, right? Why are these conditions? Let's discuss these conditions over here. If Q is less than 13, then the maximum number cannot be replaced by Q. Agreed? And if Q is 9, right? So we can still say range. If we say Q was 9, right? So we can say 13 minus the smallest, still 9. That is, the range is 4. Agreed? For the numbers given, that is 9, 9, 9, and 13. These 4 numbers were there. But if we change the numbers, if Q was 10, then the numbers become 9, 9, 10, and 13, right? Still, we can say that the range is 4. That means the possible values of Q are, Q can be 9, 10, 11, and 12. But Q can never be equal to 13 because If it's equals to 13, then the maximum value will change. Do we agree on this? Hi, Job. We are looking at mean, median, and mode. And what we are doing is, it's a reverse question, right? The answers would be given to us, and we would try to find the possible missing values, okay? So let's try another question. Question number 4. The question number 4 says, just a moment, please. In this case, the mode is given to us. And we know about mode that mode means most repeated number. Agreed? I'll just put it in a separate box. Okay. So for question number 4, we know that the numbers are 7, y, 4, 2, 9, and 3. Okay. What they have provided us is, they have given us the mode. That means mode is the most repeated number. So in this case, what are the possibilities for mode? Okay. See, these are open-ended questions. Why? If we arrange in ascending order, right? I'll try to arrange in ascending. The smallest number would be 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9. Agreed? If these are the numbers arranged in ascending order. If I say that, if I put y equals to 2 over here, that means if y was 2, mode can be 2. Agreed? But if I put y equals to 3 over here, then we can say mode would be 3. Agreed? Because there is no other number that is being repeated. Agreed? So this is an open-ended question. An open-ended question means when there is no repetition of a number in the given following numbers in the data, we can choose our own mode. Because if y is replaced by 7, okay, let's see. If I replace y over here and y was 7, then the mode becomes 7. If someone gives 2 as the mode, that's correct. Value of y was 2, it's still correct, right? If someone takes mode to be 3, then value of y is 3. If someone takes mode to be 7, the value of y is 7. Agreed? And we can suppose, and the last option also, if I say, if we put y equals to 9, then y is repeated 2 times. So we can say if the mode was coming out to be 9, it's because we were considering y to be 9. Okay. So for an open-ended question where there are no repetitions, right? There were no repetitions over here. So it would be up to us to select the mode. We can select any value as long as it would duplicate. It would be repeated more number of times. Okay. An open-ended question is like, if I say, give me an answer for 4, right? The answer is 4. You can create your question. Some students might say 0 plus 4 is 4. Someone would say 1 plus 3 is 4. Someone would say 2 plus 2 is 4, right? So every student can give a separate answer. Or someone might use multiplication. They can say 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Or they can use division. They can say 16 divided by 4 is 4. So the answer should be same. The logic can be different, okay? So that's called an open-ended question. Let's see for the next question. The next question says, Question number 5. The question number 5 states that Tammy has the following data. This is the information that's been provided to us. If the median is given to us, we know that the median is the middle value. Agreed? This is our question number 5, and Q is the missing number. So in order to find the median, the first thing we need to remember is median is always done in ascending order, right? So we can say we had 2, 2, agreed? We had the two numbers. I'll just write it again, bad handwriting. The first, we had the number 2, the smallest. This is ascending order, right? We can have a 2, then we can have another 2, then we can have a 3, and then we can have a 10, right? What they are saying is the median, the middlemost value is 3. That means if there were 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 numbers, this number should be 3. Agreed? So can we put 3 over here? That means when we cancel out the numbers, this is cancelled with this is cancelled with this, the median comes out to be 3, right? Do we agree on this? So we can say that if Q was considered as 3, the median is still 3, right? Let's look at another option. Or we see an alternate, or another student trying to give the answer, right? We had the numbers 2, if we arrange them in ascending order, right? If we had the numbers 2, 2, 3, and 10, right? What we can see is we are given 4 numbers over here, agreed? But if we place Q at the end, any number greater than 10 or 10, right? Even if we take Q to be equals to 11, right? This is still ascending order, right? So what we do in ascending is we cancel out the numbers and the median is still equals to 3. Or let's look at another option. If I would say I would arrange them in ascending order, I have the numbers 2, 2, 3, and 10, right? Just to make this as the middle number, if this has to be the middle number, there should be 2 numbers on this side. There should be 2 numbers on this side, right? Just to make it the middle number. So can we just put a number over here? Can we say this is the value of Q over here? And greater than 3, we can, and between 10 or more than 10, we can select any number. Let's suppose even if we put a 4 over here. So when we cancel this out, the median is still 3 when Q was 4, right? So these are open-ended questions, okay? In the second option, where I took 11, you can take 50. That would still make Q in the 3 in the middle. We just have to make 3 in the middle. So that 2 numbers would be on the left side of the number and 2 numbers have to be on the right side of the number. Okay? The mean is the easiest. The mean will always have a fixed answer because we are trying to find an average, okay? For question number 6, we can say that, sorry, just a moment, please. Let me rearrange. If these are the values given to Owen, if the question says if the mean is 9, which number could be X? Okay. Okay, this is our question number 5, let's suppose. So we know that the mean given is 9, and we know that average or mean is the same thing. How do we find the average? We add all the numbers together, right? And how many numbers are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We simply divide it by 5. And the mean was given as 9. So mean can be replaced by 9 should be equals to 1 plus 4 is 5, right? Sorry. 1 plus 14 is 15, plus 7 is 22, plus 9 is 31. So we can say x plus 31. Agreed? We are dividing by a 5, so we multiply by 5 on either sides. Or in simple words, we can cross multiply. We can say 9 times 5 is 45 is equals to x plus 31. We subtract 31 on either sides. We can say 45 minus 31, and x comes out to be 14. If and only if x is 14, then the mean would be 9. If this was the first part of the question, let's extend the question. Once you have find the value of x, find the mode. Okay, they're asking us to find the mode. And we know that the mode is the, what kind of a number is mode? Job. What kind of a number is mode? Mode is the most repeated number. Agreed? So if this information was given to us, can we put down the value of x? Can we say x was 14? Then we had 1, we had another 14, we had 7 and 9. Do we have a number that's most repeated? Yes, we do. So we can say that mode is 14 as well, because mode is repeated twice, more than the other numbers, right? Okay. What about range? Find the range. We know that the range always equals to the largest number, the maximum number, minus the minimum number. So we can say the range for this question comes out to be, with this value of x, what is the largest number? 14. What is the smallest number? 1. So we can say the range of values for this particular set of data is 13. Agreed? Let's see another part, because we have 4 options. We had mean, median, mean, mode, range, and median. So we can say find the median as well for this given information. So in median, what we do is we do the ascending order. Okay, let's arrange these numbers in ascending. The smallest would be 1. Then we had 7. Then 9. And we had 14 twice, because this was the mode as well, right? We cancel out the numbers. And whatever would be left in the middle would be the median for this particular question would come out to be 9. Okay, so there can be extensions to the question. The original question was only asking us for the mean. So once we found the mean, they can also ask us to find the remaining values, okay? The remaining variables in the question, okay? So, okay, let's see another example. Okay. Let's say, okay. For the next question, it says, Vera has the following data and we need to find the range. Okay, the range is given to us. For question number 6, if this is our question number 6, Vera has this information. If the range is already given to us, that is 5, what could be the possible value of B? This would be question number 6. Okay, we know that the term range always refers to the maximum number, the greatest number minus the least number, right? So can we arrange the numbers from the largest number to be the greatest? Okay, let's see. We still do not know that what should be the value of B. But the maximum difference should be the largest number minus the smallest number should be equals to 5. Agreed? That should be the range. If we say that 7 was the minimum number, if we are assuming that 7 is the minimum, right? And 5 was the largest, then we have to find the maximum number. Can we take 7 to the other side, or we simply say we add 7 on both the sides? So can we say the largest number comes out to be 5 plus 7 is 12? Do we see 12 over here? We do not see 12. So we can say B can be 12. If we suppose B as 12, then let's see if it is proving the range. 12 minus 7, and it does prove the range. Range is still 5. Agreed? So it's an open-ended question. In an open-ended question, we can suppose the values, okay? Okay, let's move ahead with finding more variables in part B. Once we have the value of B, let's try to find the mode. How can we find the mode? B was 12. The smallest, okay. Let's see, we have the numbers 8, 9, 12, 7, 9, and 9. We can say 9 is repeated 3 times. So we can say the most repeated number is 9. Agreed? Do we agree? Okay. The next one is, let's try to find the median. For these given values. So in order to find the median, we have to arrange the numbers in ascending order. What is the smallest number? 7 would be the smallest. Agreed. Then 8. We have 3 values for 9. And then we had 1 value for 12. Let's see. We cancel out the first, we cancel out the last. So In the case where we are left with two values in the middle, we find the average. That means 18 divided by 2 is still 9. So we say the median comes out to be 9. And the last part, there are only 4 possibilities. Find the mean. Since we are creating a random question, even if it comes in decimals, we would be fine with it, right? So let's add the numbers. 7 plus 8, 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 12. And how many numbers were there? There were a total of 6 numbers, right? So let's see if we add them numbers. 7 plus 8 is 50. 7 plus 8 is 15 plus 27 and plus 12, right? It comes out to be 54. When 54 is divided by 6, we can say the mean or the average comes out to be 9. So in this case, by chance, mode is 9, the median is 9, and the mean is also 9. But it can vary depending on the value of B, right? So let's try some questions from the test. Okay. I hope we understood it. For the test, I'll, if needed, I'll explain the questions as well. Okay. Just a moment. Let it load. I'm waiting for it to load. Okay. The question number 1 in the test says Evan has the following data. How many questions? There are 30 questions in total, so that you can practice more. Okay. So this is the information that has been given to us. These are the 2 options that we have. Mode is given to us. These are the possible values. And this is the information Evan has. So this would be our question number 1 from the test. And the options are A and B. Okay. You need to remember something. When the value of n is already given to us in the options, right? Then we do not have to worry more, because the possibilities would be out of these 2 options only, right? So when they're saying the mode is 20, we know that mode is the most repeated number, right? Do we agree? Mode is the most repeated number. So in this case, if I take, okay, rather than 20, I will use another option over here. I would say the mode was given as 20 or 12. Okay, this would be better options. Why? If I say the given numbers were these, okay, if I change the value of n to 12, that means I have 2 repetitions of 20 and I would have 2 repetitions of 12. That means there is no one mode, right? If n was taken as 12, then there are 2 modes in this case. But if I would say n is taken as a 20, then we can see there is only one number that is repeated maximum number of times. That means the mode stays as 20. Okay, so this was not possible. This is possible. That means option A is the correct answer, right? Okay, Job, do we agree? So the options that are given to us, what we would try to do is we would try to put those options into the missing value to see what could be the correct answer. Okay, Let's have a look at one more. I did this question for you. The second question, please, I would want you to try. If these are the two options we have, and they are saying that the median is given to us. Median means the middle value is given to us. And these are the possibilities. Edgar has this following data, and they are asking us to find the possible values for V. This variable V. This is option A and option B. Okay. Median. In case of median, we know that the numbers have to be arranged in ascending order, right? So let's suppose, I'll explain a bit, right? Suppose V equals to 20, right? And we would suppose B equals to 21. We would suppose both the values. First option A, then option B. So if we suppose V to be 20 and we arrange it in ascending order, can we say 15, 15, 16, 17, and 20? Okay. For the second option, rather than 21, I would take a number that is 14. Okay. 14 would be a better option for us, just to understand this question. Okay. In this case, if I take V to be 14, can I arrange the numbers as 14, 15, 15, 16, and 17, right? So if these two options were given to us, let's see. To find the middle number, median number, and they're saying median is to be 16. Cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this. This is the median. And this is not our requirement. Median has to be 16, right? Let's go back. Cancel this. 16 is the middlemost number, right? If V is taken as 20, then 16 becomes the middlemost number. Okay? So what we did was we put down both the possibilities into the question and we tried to find the answer. Okay? Okay, let's try another question. Just one or two more. I am changing the option just to make the question more clear to you, okay? So that we would have a lot bigger variation. Question number 3, it says, Zoe has this following data. If the given range is 4, okay, which number can be Q? Q could be 8 or 9, okay? For question number 3, it could be option A or option B. So we need to find the value of Q. So which is the best way? Which is the best way to find the answer? Correct answer? We substitute. So what we do is we suppose Q as 8 and we suppose Q as the second option 9. Agreed? They're saying the range is 4. Okay. So if Q was, so can I write these numbers? Just a moment, please. If Q was 8, so we can replace this Q by 8. Agreed? So what is the largest number? That is 13. What is the minimum number? That was 8. And we know that range is always equals to the largest number, maximum minus the minimum. The maximum was 13 minus 8. That means the range for this comes out to be 5. But they are saying the range is 4. That means 8 cannot be the answer. Let's try this. Let's put down Q as 9. Okay, if we suppose Q as 9, so in this case, what should be the range? Maximum number minus the minimum, and the range comes out to be 4. That is exactly the same that is defined in the question. So what should be the possible value of K? The possible value of K should be 9. Okay, do we agree on this? So what is the best way of doing this question is, if it's an MCQ, you are given options, you substitute the options into the question, okay? And you try to find the answer. We do the reverse working of the question, okay? Okay, I hope we did understand a few things. If there are any problems, just go through the lesson again and please do the questions, okay? Do attend the questions so that you may have better practice. Thank you so much for being there. Best of luck. Take care.